Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the official Hammer Time podcast. I am your host, as always, Cade, aka Cad Locks. Alongside me is my usual weekly duo himself, Jake Dozier, and we are back and we're ready to yap about some ball. We have a good amount to talk about today. A lot of news pretty much happened within the last, I'd say, 48, 72 hours. There's a ton of speeding stories that have came across. So now we get to talk about it. I've been waiting for this one.
I gotta keep my Twitter feed up.
Yeah, at this point, just keep refreshing.
I might as well.
It's been a lot.
What's going on?
It's been a lot. I explained it to my girlfriend last night in like girl terms. Like if so-and-so broke up with so-and-so and decided to be with so-and-so. And she was like, oh my God.
Are you just speaking for Lane specifically?
A lot of it, really. It was more than just Lane. And she was like, you know what? I kind of respect him. I was like, oh, but him? No, not really. So it was kind of funny. It was. So anyways, yeah, welcome back to Hammer Time. We're going to talk about some coaching carousels. We're going to talk about some of the playoff rankings that are going to come out probably within the next 2.5 hours, roughly. And we're not going to make it to a live reaction, but we can pretty much find a way of what they're going to do. So that's pretty much what we're going to talk about. Not necessarily predicting, but pretty much just giving a preview rundown of what is going to happen probably. Yeah, we've made it. Conference championship week. But we got to recap rivalry week first, and then all of the coaching carousel, of course, that have happened. So wherever you want to start, I'm fine with. Go for it.
Boy, oh boy. Let's do playoff first.
Okay.
So, I mean, really, all I want to do, I'll just list who I think the top 16 will be. And then you tell me agree or disagree. And then really how I see the top 16 is probably how it's going to stay. More than likely. But I will give you a scenario that I'm interested in and your opinion.
Uh-oh.
All right. So Ohio State's going to be 1. Indiana will be 2. Georgia will be 3. Texas Tech will be 4. Mm-hmm. Oregon will be 5. Ole Miss 6, A&M 7, Oklahoma 8, Notre Dame 9, Alabama 10, BYU 11, Miami 12, Vandy 13, Utah 14, Texas 15, USC 16. So it'll be those top 10 that I named, ending at Bama. Group of 5 champ, presumably the winner of North Texas, Tulane, and then either Virginia or JMU would be your bracket. My question is, and I don't think there's a possibility you could do this, but if Alabama loses Saturday, they are the last team in at 10, more than likely. If Alabama loses, and if BYU wins, obviously they're in over Alabama. Mm-hmm. If Alabama loses, does Miami get above Alabama?
Oh my God. I mean, yes, I would like to think so. I mean, they didn't really get any help this week, essentially, but I don't. Honestly, it might depend on what they do with Notre Dame after the fact, because somehow that's going to hit them in a way.
Point. Sure. Because what we haven't seen is Miami and Notre Dame be compared. If BYU loses and Bama loses, you have to compare Miami and Notre Dame because they would be within 2 of each other.
Right.
Which would then, if that's the case, would they do Miami over Notre Dame, but then leave Bama out because Bama's already below Notre Dame.
Right.
So then Notre Dame's last team in, and Miami just jumps up that much.
If that were to happen, and this is what I think it will happen if that does happen, they've always talked about the head-to-head factor, the strength of record factor, all this power ranking index factor, whatever the case is. And then after all of that, if that does happen, then they start asking the question, is Notre Dame or Miami really better than Alabama? Is there really a reason to put them above so-and-so? Like, look who Alabama lost to, blah, 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 blah. Look who they've beaten, blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying it's like some sort of bias thing, but it's just like after all of that talk, it's going to come down to that one question is like, do they really think that they have the best 12? Like outside of every power ranking index, outside of every number, resume, whatever you even want to call it, have they played better football over the course of these 14 weeks than those two teams have? I wouldn't be surprised if they really do keep them where they are, because they have played a gauntlet. I'm going to give them that. We've said that, but it's just been underwhelming, obviously.
I would have such a hard time, and let me preface this. If the SEC conference championship loser is not in the college football playoff, the SEC is seceding from the NCAA. I can promise you that right now.
It might be.
I know I'm dead. I am dead serious. Greg Sankey will no longer do anything the NCAA wants. You want a 16-team playoff? Go right ahead. The SEC's not aboard. Like, they will play their own. And I promise you, they could probably get the Big Ten on board and get the Big Ten to leave too.
100%.
The Big Ten SEC. I think there's no way you can start that trend. I don't think it's possible.
No.
I understand they'll have a third loss, but not only
they're not worse.
Can you not do it?
No,
they're the
no
best team in the SEC. They're the number one seed in the SEC. It is not A&M. It is not Georgia. It's Alabama because they beat Georgia this year. Like, and we talk about how with the resumes, how it is not when you lost, it is who you lost to, and then it is your resume throughout the entire year. When you lose to a team shouldn't matter, but I think in Alabama's case it does, because they're going to look at them losing to Florida State in week 1 and then running the table and going 10-1 the rest of the season, which is going to give them benefit of the doubt, I think. Whether that's right or wrong, I personally lean that it is wrong, but I don't think you can leave out the SEC championship game loser. Like, Georgia shouldn't be out if they lose this game. You can't do that unless there's the crazy scenario like you have in the ACC, where it's Duke. Like, yeah, obviously if that somehow were to happen, yeah, you leave them out. But in this specific scenario, I think Alabama's metrics are good enough where they can't get left out. And then I'll throw the other doomsday scenario out at you. I know we just got the information that Charlie Weiss is going to come back and coach for Ole Miss, which is a big deal for Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Surprising that Ole Miss would even let him do it, but he is coming back. Is there a doomsday scenario for you where Ole Miss is 11 this weekend or tonight?
It wouldn't surprise me, but I don't think they are. Outside of Lane, I mean, the entire staff as a whole, and you have to look at the players in this kind of standpoint. This is one of those teams that, like, where they genuinely look like one of the more complete teams in the SEC. They just had a really bad. It wasn't even a really bad game. They played really good against Georgia. Georgia's just better. They were just better in that game. If it weren't for the tiebreaker scenarios and all of the other, I mean, they could be technically ranked higher than they are, honestly. I think this team is really, really freaking good. And it sucks. Like, but I don't. By no means are they getting this Jordan Travis treatment just because Lane's out. I don't think that's the case at all. They have a really phenomenal staff still. Pete Golding is one of the best coordinators out there, and now he might be one of the best head coaches. We're going to get into that later, but yeah, Charlie Weiss is still a really good offensive coach as well. I don't really see them being limited all that much, honestly. If anything, it probably is going to light a fire, and it's going to light a bad fire.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see how you can leave Ole Miss out. You go 11-1 in the SEC, and
that would be terrible if they did that. Which I don't expect them to.
The SEC would secede from
100%,
100%. I think. Yeah, I think it's pretty set in stone. Year 10, barring. I think the only way you're going to get anything chaotic is BYU winning on Saturday, and it's Duke winning the ACC and you're getting 2 group of 5s. I think that's the only like real chaos you're going to see. I think it's pretty set in stone unless Miami somehow jumps above. I think that's the only way you're getting that. So, all right, we can talk about the elephant in the room then.
I was going to say something else, something stupid.
I don't want to know what you're going to say.
Jim Mora is going to Colorado State.
He is, which is actually really big for Colorado State. Really sucks for UConn after such a great season. Colorado State, though, might be really good soon.
Immediate competitor in the Mountain West.
And Jim Mora is a great coach. So, that's a smart man right there. He can do a lot of the things he wants to do at Colorado State. Like, it's a great hire, I could say that the Colorado State athletic department is 10 times better than whatever Pat Kraft's doing at Penn State. Do you think Penn State would take Jim Mora as their head coach? I would, personally.
They might. Okay. So they have similar colors, It might work that way.
It's true. Obviously, unless you live under a rock, Lane Kiffin is now the head coach at LSU. He left Ole Miss to sign, 6 years, $91 million, fully guaranteed, I believe. It's really hard to give your entire thoughts of a coaching search in 5 minutes, but I will do my best. I'm going to start with Ole Miss. I think they did everything that they could. I think they did everything they should. I think they offered the same amount of money. It was reported that they gave him $90 million as well. They gave him the NIL, portions of it. So I think Ole Miss did a good job from there. I don't think Lane Kiffin should have been allowed to coach in the playoff at all. I don't think you can do that as a SEC program. So I think Ole Miss did the right things. I think they handled it the right way. On LSU's side of it, this was the best hire you could have made in this cycle specifically. It was not your first choice. I think everyone knows that. Lane Kiffin is not anyone's first choice. And Lane Kiffin doesn't know that, but Lane Kiffin is not LSU's first choice. It was the best choice you could have gotten. I think he handled it pretty terribly with everything that he did. I've talked to a lot of people about the entire situation and how a lot of them thought Ole Miss was in the wrong. And I had to continually tell them, if Ole Miss was in the wrong, then then Lane Kiffin should have told Ole Miss 2 weeks ago that he was leaving. And if he didn't know that he was leaving, the ultimatum was the only thing you could have done. Because if somehow Alabama loses that Iron Bowl game and you're coaching in a conference championship game, you have to have an answer. Have to. So I think Ole Miss did the right thing. I think Lane did the right thing but he did it the wrong way. I'm not mad or upset with how Kiffin handled it. I think a lot of Ole Miss people are upset because he left. But LSU's a better job. I know he built Ole Miss back from the probation years, and he built an 11-1 team and a top 7 seed in the playoff, and that's impressive and it's awesome. But LSU is easier to win at. You have more resources, you have a better recruiting pipeline, you have he probably can put together an even better staff than he had, which is crazy with the staff he had, but it is very possible. And I I I believe Lane when he said he didn't know. I do believe it. And I think when he talked to Pete Carroll and he talked to Nick Saban and they told him to go, he went. And so I think that's where we are now. I'm not going to say he's going to win anything at LSU. I'm not going to say he's going to do the best job ever at LSU because those are things I don't know. Like, depending on the staff he builds, depending on the players he gets, depending on the administration that LSU has above him, we have no idea. Do I think it's the best thing they could have done? Yes, I do. So it's a weird situation. It's an ugly one. Next year is going to be hilarious. With Lane going to Knoxville and to Oxford in the same year. It's going to be pretty funny. But it's a big hire, and I think both there is a very good chance that both programs are better off in what just happened. I do think that's possible.
The same guy who already bet LSU money line for next year's game, by the way.
Go Tigers! minus 111, minus 114. I don't remember.
More than like one whole year.
It's like 354 days.
We're already capping it. Yeah.
Yeah, I will. If you want me to.
I think there's two sides to this story that one, college football fans, two, Ole Miss fans probably can open their eyes more on. This thing is a business. And 9 times out of 10, if you have Team A that is going to give you better resources, better recruiting, more money on top of all of that, versus Team B, who just wants you to stay loyal to what they've done and stay for a really good season, not promised on what's going to be next year, that this year was supposedly a rebuilding year and wasn't expecting all of this, you're going to pick the side with the better resources, the more money, the better recruiting, all of that. It's a given. It's not really hard to understand why he did it. The timing itself sucks. And that's been like the hottest topic, I think, out of all of this. You can't really blame him. But what you can do is probably blame the calendar of college football in itself. Because the fact that they can do this in the middle of a postseason push, not even a postseason push, in the middle of playoffs, because like they are at this point a playoff lock, if you will. That's insane. Yeah. That's literally insane. You can just say that I'm leaving for an arch rival school in the middle of my team's 11-1 season that we actually have a decent shot to make a run, but I don't know if we will or not, so I'm going to dip. That's not why. It's whatever. The other side of it, in Ole Miss fans' state, I get it. That sucks. And from a loyalty standpoint, it's selfish, sure. But look at who the guy is. Like, what did you expect? It's Kiffin. That's who he is. I mean,
he got fired on a tarmac. He left Tennessee in the middle of the night.
It's the same guy who
told all the recruits to leave. Like, this dude is not about anybody but himself. He's not.
And you're saying, what? He left in the middle of a playoff run?
It's the most unsurprising Lane Kiffin thing ever. Genuinely.
No shot. Yeah, why are we acting? The whole freaking drama of like the 18-hour interview. Poor Marty Smith, dude. Like, that was so unnecessary. We knew what was happening at the end of that meeting.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I don't know. It's not really else much to say, like, other than outside of that. Sorry.
The only thing about the meeting was not that Lane Kiffin was leaving. It was Lane Kiffin wanted to coach the playoffs. Lane was,
yeah,
they knew
he was already done. The dotted line was already on. The ink wasn't even dry. On the other hand, Keith Carter, Glenn Boyce, Chancellor, President, whatever. Well done. You held your ground, 10 toes down. You guys got one. I honestly could not be more excited for Ole Miss football as a whole. I've loved Pete Golding, honestly.
You're big
genuinely. Yeah, he knows. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, as a coordinator, he's been one of the greatest in the conference for a decently long time, going back to Bama days, obviously. It's a great hire. And it sucks that you're losing Kiffin, obviously, because he's just a recruiting guy. He's a money guy. You know, he brings in all these guys, whatever. Golding, on the other hand, program guy on it, probably at this point. Like, he's to get hired that quick after all of that, going from intern to full-time in a span of like 45 minutes probably is what it was. That should tell you everything. And the players' reaction, I saw the video of the players walking out of that team meeting. There was not one person or one player that I seen, from Austin Simmons, Keywan's actually probably gone, but all those guys.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to play, but
they looked like happy. They were smiling on the way out, like literally. So I'm honestly, I'm not worried. I really wouldn't be. And honestly, they're going to have that date circled. Everybody knows that, and I get it. But I think this is a matter. I mean, who's all confirmed on the staff? It's going to be It's going to be Weiss. Is it Blake Baker still staying? And then Kiffin as your guy. Blake Baker's not staying.
Not as of right now.
I did not know that. I thought he was there.
He's currently taking interviews for the Tulane job.
Oh my God. How the turntables.
I don't know
what about Frank Wilson?
Don't know about that one either. I know
Granted,
Blake
Baker's
very
early,
taking,
but
I know he's taking. I know Blake Baker is taking interviews. I would bet Baker's gone if I had to.
People are still saying Napier to keep an eye on at Tulane too, which is weird.
Yeah.
I just know him as well. I have no idea. I'm just bored.
I know Blake Baker took an interview. I know that for a fact.
Pete Thamel tweeted out, like, I think today. I'm just not seeing that.
Okay, North Texas just hired their coach as of right now.
Oh.
Literally 17 seconds ago. Thank you, Pete Thamel.
Who?
Neil Brown. Welcome back to head coach. That's not a bad hire. I really don't mind that.
It's just going... I don't want to say completely different.
I mean, Brown was really good in the Sun Belt.
He was so bad at West Virginia, dude.
He was bad at West Virginia, but also it's hard to win at West Virginia. So
that's fair. That's a fair point.
But yeah, whatever. Yeah, Neil Brown is now the North Texas head coach.
SEC's going to be one to keep an eye on, though, because now after Kiffin, or I don't know if it was before or after, but it was very super quick moving because you had Golish, you had Sumrall, and then you had Kiffin, and now you have all the coordinators who are pretty much trying to figure out what we're doing here, I guess. And yeah, I don't know. It's a fast moving train, and Twitter's been hard to stay out of these last 48 hours. So
yeah, it's hard.
Honestly, Florida fans or Florida just in general, I think they dodged a bullet.
Of not
might be an unpopular opinion.
Of not getting Lane?
Yeah.
It's possible. I mean, Lane's no hire is like a surefire thing. Like it's really hard. Like, yeah, it is possible that if Lane had gone to Florida, it would have gone really bad. That is a possibility. I do think Summerall was the best one for either Florida or Auburn, which, if you haven't heard, Summerall had pen to paper for Auburn as of Friday night.
I
And
was gonna say.
then the boosters did their thing at Auburn and scared him off. And he then went and signed with Florida. I think it's a good hire. It's going to be interesting because I don't know how Florida fans feel about this, but you are literally hiring a group of 5 guy from Louisiana for the second time in 4 years, which is pretty funny. It is a very coincidental thing. I think Summerall's a better coach than Billy Napier. But it all comes down to staff. It comes down to roster retention and roster
The guys around you
development.
definitely matter. Yeah.
Staffs matter more than the actual head coach now. That's something that we're learning. NIL, you need the guys, you need the administration to be synced up with you. And at the end of the day, if your way is not working, you have to be able to change, which was something Napier wasn't good at. And all these coaches that got fired, they were not good at changing. Summerall is a guy that has been pretty good at changing. So I do think it's a good hire. But he could win there. He could not. Miami's good now. Like they're still the second best program in Florida. So it worries me as like a SEC. Like if you're an SEC fan, it should worry you because it seems like they've gotten it together. But it's something that we're just gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna have to wait and see who they keep. If DJ Lagway stays, who's he bring from Tulane? If he brings anybody like Jaden Ball, is he staying? Like all that stuff. This is all things we'll learn in the next couple months. But I think it's the best hire they could have made. I will agree.
I think, based on a lot of these, I do like Golish at Auburn. Honestly, I think that was pretty. I don't want to say it was fantastic. It was the best, but I'm going to allow it and say, given the cards that what they were given at the time, he's the best guy that they had at the time. Honestly,
yeah, they almost screwed themselves back into DJ Durkin as their permanent head coach. So yeah,
right. That's what I mean.
I would say Alex Golish is better. If you're an Auburn fan and you think Alex Golish is going to be Josh Heupel, I'm going to stop you right there because.
Different
Alex Golish, yes, Golish's been a head coach for 3 years now and hasn't changed his system at all.
No.
And like Heupel has completely changed his from year to year. So this hire is going to hurt you as an Auburn offense because they've seen it. Everyone's seen it already. Right. So that specific offense may not work. The biggest thing with him is he's going to need to get a quarterback. And obviously I'm not worried about Golish with quarterbacks, but he's got to get one like now, which I assume is just Byron Brown. I do like the hire though, and DJ Durkin's going to be the DC, so you get some continuity there. So I think that's as good as you could have done.
I know they play at Neyland next year too. That'll be a fun game given the people that actually stay and that are added, I should say. So that should be pretty fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see him come back for sure.
I don't want to say it's necessarily anything like bad blood related. It's just going to be funny to see like how he utilizes an offense now that he's on his own against a former guy that he rallied his offense around, I guess you could say. So
yeah, absolutely no bad blood. Yeah. Everyone in Knoxville loves Golish. So, but yeah, it's a good hire. I mean, I'd give that like a B plus as of right now.
Given what they were given, yes, I would say I agree.
I got to see the recruiting too.
That's also true.
I know he's recruited well here offensively. Defensively is something I've got to see because he's never had to do it really, other than in the last 2 years. So that'll be interesting. I think Arkansas has screwed themselves
Arkansas
again.
should go into a hole and hide for the 2026 season.
Arkansas should just be relegated to the American Conference, I think.
Or just leave, yeah.
I'd rather have Memphis, personally. Or give me Tulane back. I want Tulane back in the SEC. Until Arkansas figures out their boosters and like if they actually want to win football games, I don't think it matters what coach you get. Also sucks. They had Golish and he backed out at the last minute because of
I was
the
gonna say, yeah, like because I remember on Twitter it was Summerall and then it was Golish and then all of a sudden it flipped and I woke up Sunday and I was so
All right. I got more breaking news.
Huh?
Oregon defensive coordinator Tosh Lupoy will become the head coach at Cal.
So Oregon loses Stein and it's DC. Oh no.
Yes. Both will
Dan
coach.
Lanning.
Through
How
the
will you
playoffs,
respond?
Probably the same way you responded the last time this happened.
Also true.
Winning 11 games.
I will say, I'm not going to lie, for Kentucky's sake, I think it's actually really good. I think it was pretty cool. I think it was a pretty good hire.
Yeah.
Coming back home and everything like that too, so.
Yeah. You had to get someone young and you had to get someone that understands offense.
Offense, yeah.
You had to. I hate that it ended for Stoops like that, but I think this was always coming after the A&M stuff. Like
everybody knew that. Yeah.
This had a very Calipari-like ending to it, I think, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I kind of caught on to that too with how the fan base and like media outlets reacted around Kentucky, which is kind of funny, but yeah.
So yeah, I agree. I think it's the best hire they could have made within the 24 hours that they had the search. I mean, that was about as impressive as of a coaching search you could have had.
So quick, like legit. Like you had one guy and then you got the one guy. Like is that simple?
Yeah, literally your first option. So, yeah, Pat Fitzgerald to Michigan State. I think. Surprised that they fired Jonathan Smith. Like really surprised. Yes. I'm surprised.
I mean, he was given a pretty bad deal at the beginning from the start.
I mean, the
team sucked.
Sure.
The staff sucked.
Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing that like they were a good football team. Or yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just surprised that it was 2 years.
He wasn't really given much in the tenure. Yeah, I get it, I guess.
No, he wasn't. Pat Fitzgerald, he'll help them like sustain. Yeah. He'll stabilize it. He's not gonna win anything.
No,
he's a good coach, but like you
go from 4 wins to bowl eligibility, maybe.
Yeah, perennially 7-5 every year. So that's and that's what Michigan State needs right now, though. Like you need that. That's what you need
at this point. Yeah.
So I think that was a good hire too. We've already talked about Franklin, Eric Morris to Oklahoma State. Really good hire.
I love that. I'm very excited to see that one.
QB guru.
The dude's developed like a maniac.
Cam Ward, John Mateer, Drew Mestemaker.
And Mestemaker's more than likely going to Oklahoma State at that point. So him in the Big 12 on those defenses, he might be like first team all conference watch, honestly, already for me. I cannot explain how much I love that guy.
Be interesting to see the step up in competition, obviously, before we
that too. There is
go ahead and say that because that we saw that with some of those guys that did it this year. Gio Lopez, Joey even struggled at times. I know he was really good, but he had his struggles there. So
who do they? I want to look at their schedule. I didn't even look at that, I guess, before I said that, but
I do not know. Oklahoma State's.
Yeah,
same as it always is.
So Tulsa. Oh, they play Oregon at home next year. I did not know that. That's funny.
Oh, that's fun.
4 straight Big 12 road games to start out conference play.
Oh,
that's fun. Okay. And then 4 straight home conference games. Okay, what are we doing here?
That's not real. That's not real.
Most of this is just out of order yet. I don't know.
Yeah, they probably haven't announced the dates yet.
at Arizona State, at Houston, at Iowa State, at Kansas State. But then you also host Texas Tech, Colorado, Kansas, UCF. Not a terrible conference draw, I guess. I think he'll do well.
Dude, like we know who's going to be good next year. Just stop.
Like bowl game, though?
I don't know. Until I know where everyone goes.
I want to see him do good so bad, dude.
There's going to be 2,000 people in the portal.
I'm rooting for that guy. Just know that. I like him.
Yeah, I'll be rooting for Oklahoma State too.
Heisman taken. I'll just go ahead and say it right now. Fine.
Okay. You're the big North Texas guy, so
I am. And
yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. That's you. That's not me.
Speaking of which, we have a future in line. How is that game going to work? It's going to be really funny now. I just thought about that. Sumrall leaving for Florida, and then you have Morris leaving for Oklahoma State playing a conference championship this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That'd be really fun.
Honestly, yeah.
We'll break those down later this week. True. I think my favorite hire might honestly be the Will Stein hire so far. I really do like that hire.
My face lit up when I saw it. Yeah.
Oh, great hire. When I saw that name, I was like, oh, yeah. Really like that one. Wait. Whoever UAB hires, because it's not Trent Dilfer, will be my favorite.
What a slight little stray. No, one of Kentucky. One of Kentucky's commits is from our area and here in Cincinnati, and his top two was between Oregon and Kentucky. He committed to Kentucky with Stoops there, but he said, "I'm not gonna lie." After Stoops got fired and they hired Will Stein, he was like, "I kind of like it even more now." So if that tells you anything, I think they're excited. So,
and if
I loved it a lot.
If Chesney gets the UCLA job, I will really like that too.
He did already, I thought. Did he not?
They were in talks, but it hadn't been confirmed yet. Kiffin adds a
5-year deal.
Recruiting staffer. Interesting.
It's picking up a lot of steam this week, so yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know. It's a lot.
Are you ready for my rant?
Uh-oh.
We've already done it once. Let's do it again. Penn State fans, close your ears. Well, before I even rant, I just want to make sure I get this straight, okay? So you fired your head coach because he lost to UCLA and Northwestern. And what you wanted to do was get ahead of everybody. You wanted the best guy for the job. So you fired him. And you said, we have 2 months until the season starts. We can start these conversations now. And we can talk to all of these coaches. And, I mean, it's Penn State. We're going to get one of the top 3 guys that we want. So this should only last a month. I mean, at worst, we've got a guy hired by the Sunday before signing day, right? Of course. Well, I'll give you one thing. You looked better under the interim head coach. Won, 5 of their last 6? Pretty impressive. That was good. Here's the thing. You still don't have a coach. We are now Tuesday. It is 6:06 Eastern time on the night before signing day. You guys do not have a head coach.
5 recruits.
You just whiffed on. Hold on, I sent it to you. Let me pull it up really quick. Let me just make sure I have my facts straight. All right.
The list, yeah.
Yes, here we go. So we fired James Franklin so we could start the search. You guys spoke to Urban Meyer. Don't know why. Didn't work. Tried to get Mike Elko. He got an extension. Signetti, extension. Rule, extension. Drinkowitz, extension. Lee, extension. The only one you didn't get extended is Freeman because he just got one. Then we heard rumblings last week. Kalen DeBoer. Maybe if they lose to Auburn, maybe they're checked out. Maybe he kind of doesn't like the SEC. Nope. They win. They're going to the conference championship. Lincoln Riley. Nope. Agent said no. Then, of all people, you attempted to get as a sitting head coach was a Mormon at BYU, who thought that was going to work? That's insane. You just got crumble cookied to death. That's what just happened. The CEO of Crumble Cookie said, here's $4 million, Sataki. Not only all of this, and I've heard it from other people, just hire Matt Campbell. Just hire him. He's the best candidate anyways. He's your no-nonsense, coach football, doesn't care about the other stuff, and is going to win games. Just hire Matt Campbell. It's not that hard. Why do you keep trying to get guys that aren't leaving or don't want to leave? Why would you go after Lincoln Riley? He's won nothing. Literally nothing. So now we're hearing Brian Hartline. You're telling me you'd rather hire Brian Hartline before Matt Campbell? What are we doing? You are 120? Are they 126th in football recruiting now? They are behind Harvard.
Yes.
Harvard, a D2 school. Harvard. They're not even
God.
D1. Embarrassing. Genuinely embarrassing. You are the 18th out of 18th ranked Big Ten class. You have 5 commits. There is a chance you have 0 tomorrow. A real chance that there's nobody in that recruiting class.
We need a plaque. It's got to be on camera somewhere on one of our backdrops of us saying essentially that this is going to backfire.
Never been more right. And I hate it because Penn State is not something no one, unless you're an Ohio State fan, I feel like no one hates Penn State. I guess you do.
It's one of the, I don't, they're not even a rival anymore, but
I feel like those are the two fan bases.
From a traditionalist.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of the, I don't want to call
Hold on.
It really a
There's some other teams I'd like to name before in the recruiting rankings ahead of them. Just so you know.
You didn't have to. You could have stopped at Harvard,
Oh, no, I'm not done. Powerhouse, Northern Arizona. Legendary, UC Davis. Cal Poly. Then you have Harvard. So they're behind 4 FCS schools. There's 4 teams in FB, and there's more than 4. There's probably 12 teams in FBS lower than them right now. And one of them is Air Force because Air Force can't recruit. It's Air Force, Navy, and Army, so you can throw those out. That's insane. That is... my whole problem is you thought you were a top 5 job. You're not a top 5 job. You haven't been a top 5 job since the 80s. Nobody at a sitting head coaching spot wanted to come at any point. Nobody. You should have just kept him. Because you know where he's at recruiting? 35th. He's got 6 4-stars committed already. He's been on the job for 2 weeks. I wish I had sad music that I could play while I talked about this. But yeah, that's Penn State football. Good luck. You're on mute.
I will say one thing. One man that I've heard about, not only even heard about, that I've just read and that I've seen in multiple of these coaching carousel finalizations and stories and contract negotiations and decisions is actually an agent. One of which pretty much calls majority of the shots for all of these big name coaches.
Jimmy Sexton.
Yeah. The same guy who pretty much was the puppet master probably behind Kiffin. There's a lot. He has a lot.
He's also
this guy.
James Franklin, correct?
Yes. Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
Sorry, didn't mean to.
So basically, no. I mean, it's what Pat Kraft did. It's not even like a secret anymore. It's obviously left a bad taste in his mouth because Chesney, one of Sexton's guys, everybody that they have went after is a part of Jimmy Sexton who has worked with him. There's a reason that these people are getting extended right after this is happening. It's nothing that's being swept under the rug. People have to open their eyes, specifically Pat Kraft, because I have no idea what on earth he's doing at this point. Genuinely.
I mean, he did say it on his Twitter page.
I still don't know if that was hacked or if that's real. I'm saying that's real.
I think at this point it's real. I think he has no idea.
Essentially, there was a quote essentially of Sexton, given the influence that he has, obviously, that there's tensions around Penn State's debt as a whole in terms of the program, brand negotiations, communication, stakeholders, boosters, issues around the entire program as a whole. And if an agent is openly saying that, what do you think all these other coaches are hearing about this job? They're obviously not going to want to be a part of that at all. You've seen how fast Heupel said no, which his quote after that bewildered me because it was so funny.
That wasn't about Penn State. Okay, I thought want everyone to know that wasn't about Penn State. He was
my tweet was very sarcastic, also, but
I know. But his quote was not directed at Penn State. Just so everyone understands that. Which I should read the quote. So
it's so funny. I don't have it up in front of me.
So when I read it the first time, I was like, did he just diss Penn State? And then I read it again, and I was like, no. He said, I wouldn't want low expectations. That's part of why I want to be here. We'll win big. He was not saying that Penn State's a bad job. He likes coaching in the SEC at Tennessee. He likes the expectations. So it was not a diss at Penn State.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
That is why I tweeted, I'm sure everyone will take this well.
So,
which it didn't look that bad.
Pat Kraft, though, yeah, you've opened up yourself a can of worms. And Hammer Time told you not to do it, but you did it anyways. So maybe we might be a part of a college administration here soon. You know, we could make some banger hires around here.
No,
we already have the community. All 300 of you guys are going to be the boosters. We're going to make a program, a staple, if you will. We'll start out with the service academies first.
Oh,
we'll make it a powerhouse. We'll give these kids some B2s and some F16s and whatnot, and then they'll have the meanest program ever. But I don't know. That's that story is going to be one to keep an eye on. Honestly, it's one that I pretty much just forgot about and just kind of said forget it after these most recent names that I've been hearing. I look at my phone and I just generally laugh at this point because of who they're looking at. Genuinely, to God, what are we doing?
Sorry, these comments are unhinged.
It was hilarious. I went through almost all of them. And it was right after the game too. So which made it even worse.
Get Sandusky out of the pen. Good call. Joe Paterno. Yeah, I like that one.
Might have to. It could be that.
I mean, I don't think Brom's leaving. I don't think Brom
He's getting extended.
You know what Brom hates? Dealing with the athletic department. and dealing with outside noise. So Brahm's not going. So that leaves you with Heartline. I don't know why we're going to throw Brett Pry's name like he would leave. Like, let's be honest.
You mean Key?
Or Key, sorry, not Brett Pry. Go hire Brett Pry.
I dare you, please.
I meant that one. So yeah, it's like I don't think maybe you just hire the interim for a year and just try again. But like I don't know how trying again would even work.
At this point, it's probably what fans want. I don't know what the fans want. I don't really know any Penn State fans other than obviously the one. But yeah, I don't know any personally, so I can't really speak for half of them and ask or see what they even want to do at this point. Because at this point, I'm figured they're probably just in the same spot as we are. They're just kind of looking at the most recent article about the news that's dropping. They're probably subscribing to the message boards and saying every single name that they see pop up, or all the flight trackers that they see pop up, and believing that it's the next guy.
One thing about flight trackers, from an experienced flight tracker like myself, been through it many times, they never ever go from their place to the place they're going to coach at.
No.
You need to be looking at where it's coming from to where it's going.
Yeah.
Not like you're not going to get Knoxville to State College and be like, oh my God, Josh Heupel's on the plane. Like that. No, you could get Knoxville to like Pittsburgh because it's close. But yeah. Or a lot of times ADs will come to that city. So you would get State College.
They come to you is what usually I've seen.
Yeah, you would get it the
if
opposite.
They want you, they're visiting you. Yeah.
Yes, correct. So, yeah, keep up the flight trackers. Because I don't know where else this goes. I really don't know.
I don't know. I know I said Brent Key earlier in our text, and it wasn't anything serious, but it's just like one of those things where it's just like, who else? You know, like
why would you leave though? Why would you leave Georgia?
I wouldn't. That's what I love him there where he's at. I don't think he should.
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't know. At this point, it's pretty much just tough it out. Because you're going to put whoever you hire in a terrible spot for next year.
Oh, you don't have a recruiting class, so you're just,
it's just going to create a swirling fire. Like I guess I don't know what else how to describe it. Honestly, it's pretty bad though.
I guess actually the best hire Mike Norvell because like he doesn't recruit anyways, so just let him go the transfer portal
or that, yeah.
Because that's what you're going to be doing anyways, unless you hire someone in the next 3 hours. I don't know how you're getting any type of recruiting class going.
Yeah, I'm lost.
Jake Dicker
I'm
got
truly
it.
Lost.
How does a head coach that's only coached at his school for 1 year get an extension? How's that even possible?
I wish I could work at a job and get a promotion 1 year.
Jake Dicker got an extension after going 8-4. Also, yeah. Shout out Wake Forest.
Right? Yeah, okay. I was going to say, I'm not tripping. I know that name.
Shout out Wake Forest. Projected to be one of the worst teams in the ACC and go 8-4. It was very impressive.
Defense was nuts this year, dude.
He's going to be really good. That's a good coach. A very good coach. Oh, great. We said at the same time.
That's pretty bad. We don't know what else. When we don't know what to do from here.
I mean, am I missing any coaches?
Oh no, I'm gonna look too because I don't know.
I don't have much on the Oregon State hire. Anything has to be better than what this year was.
Coastal got rid of Tim Beck. That was recent.
I saw that. They should just hire Tim Beck.
Why did they do that? I don't understand why they got rid of him.
Well, there's two of them.
Three consecutive bowl eligible seasons.
There's two Tim Becks.
There's two?
Yeah, there's two Tim Becks.
Oh no.
I think. I think there's 2 Tim Becks. I'll have to check on that. Yeah, Tim Beck is the offensive coordinator of Vandy. So they
Really?
just
I
want the
didn't know
better
that.
Tim Beck. Yes, I think. Yeah. He was at New Mexico State with Diego.
Oh, that's right. Oregon State. I was wondering that name. The Bama coach, wide receivers coach, right?
Jamarcus Shepard.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
I feel like that's going to be kind of big on Alabama's part, like what they're going to do from that point.
Oh, yeah. Definitely be big. Oregon replacing both coordinators will be very interesting.
I trust Lanning.
Oh, absolutely. Still just interesting. You can't go 100%. It's not possible. So at some
Stanford
point,
bringing back Tavita Pritchard is honestly, I kind of like that a lot too. I saw that one this weekend.
I like that Luck is going back to like the roots of Stanford. I think that's smart. So
he had to play a part in that. There's no way he didn't.
Luck?
Yeah.
He is the GM, so I would hope so.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
That wasn't sarcasm. That was like honestly dead serious.
No, I know.
Okay.
Kent State hired Mark Carney.
Breaking news: Waters.
Oh no, they just elevated their interim coach. Oh, that was forever ago.
Honestly, I was going to ask this too. I mean, I was trying to think of all the remaining ones. Out of all the interns, how many do you think how many interns do you think get promoted?
To full-time coach, I think that's the only one. Maybe UABs would be the only other one.
You don't think anybody promotes in-house like that?
Well, Cal just hired theirs.
Well,
North Texas
obviously
just hired theirs.
Pete, but
yeah, I mean Pete already did it. UConn might, depending on what staff leaves with Mora. I highly doubt Coastal could. It's hard because, yeah, from the ones that are, you usually have to do it from someone that's fired instead of leaves.
True.
So it's probably just Coastal that could do it, depending on, yeah, probably just that.
Just out of curiosity for you, does Joe Fagano or Skylar Bell have any eligibility left?
No, I think Skylar Bell's gone.
I know they're both seniors, but
yeah, Skylar Bell's played 5 years.
Yeah, never mind. Gutter. Sorry.
I don't know about Joe.
Might be a bad deal.
Don't know about Joe. Dude, it was so cool seeing UConn be good though for 1 year.
It was fun, dude.
Joe Fagano's played for 8 years.
What? No wonder I haven't heard about him until this year.
7 years.
Oh my god.
Started his career in 2019. Do you have to do it?
There's a reason.
That's impressive. Where was he?
I had no idea.
He played at Maine for 4 years.
Mm.
And then he went to UConn for 3.
He played all 3 at UConn?
No.
I don't know why.
Well, yes, but no. He got hurt in 2023 in the first game, it seems like.
Yikes.
Played most of, if not all of, last year. This dude, his last 2 years, threw 48 touchdowns and 5 picks. That's pretty good. Sounds like my type of quarterback. What?
You heard me.
I didn't. What?
Oh, I said Joey football. Yeah.
Oh, God.
The real Joey football.
Okay.
Nah.
All right.
And with that, we're done. I don't know. I think that's it.
Rodney Garner staying at Tennessee. Auburn 5-star wide receiver commit won't sign until December 5th as LSU and Ole Miss continue to push.
Yeah. How long are you giving Tim Banks to stay?
How long do I think he's until he's fired?
Yeah.
I don't know if he gets fired.
You think he leaves though?
Not necessarily.
That's tough. That was
Is
a pretty
it?
rough year. That was a pretty rough year. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they had a top 10 defense last year. Is it because Tim Banks doesn't know how to coach, or is it because of other things that happened? I see both sides to this argument. I truly do. I see both people's arguments. I really do. But to act like Tim Banks is like a terrible DC is just not a thing.
I don't think he's terrible.
Could there be better ones? Yes,
but
absolutely.
I don't know if it saves Heupel in the long run though. That's what I mean.
I don't think Heupel needs to be saved. Would be my.
I don't want. No, I love, you know that I love Heupel to death where he's at right now. I'm just saying for the tenure of fan base and the sake of people trying to put him on the hot seat, finding or upgrading would be a terrible
Here's something
option.
to learn about Tennessee. Everyone's always on the hot seat. We tried to get Tony Vitello fired the year before he won a national championship. Okay, we tried to get Rick Barnes to retire 2 years ago.
You did, and then you get a lifetime.
Yeah, so like Tennessee fans are insane. The crazy ones are genuinely crazy, and those are the ones you see on Twitter. Any logical Tennessee fan, yes, there needs to be changes inside Tennessee, whether that is the safeties coach, the linebackers coach, or the DC. Some of that combination needs to be gone or needs to be addressed. But like they're like 10 plays away in a season from going 11-1. I know that's not a participation trophy that anyone wants, but like to act like they are so far away is ridiculous. And I mean, they have a top 10 class this year, top 15.
They do. I'll give them that.
I think that we just need to settle down. Also, the funny thing to me was post Tennessee Vandy loss, was everyone saying that the last 3 head coaches to get fired from Tennessee lost to Vandy. And I was like, but did they lose to 10-2, almost made the playoff, Diego Pavia Heisman winner, Vandy? Because very different. Very different.
Vandy.
It is a different Vandy, especially if
I lost a lot of money on that game.
if Jared Curtis is for real committing to Vandy tomorrow, that will be.
Honestly, I just can't wait until the off season of where we have these pods where we just break down recruiting and transfer portal and carousel news again, or just still, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
there's so much that goes on.
We'll have a weekly recruiting everything transfer portal episode, and then a college basketball episode.
There is so much that goes on. I feel like we're like just degenerates when it comes to that aspect. Like you think we like college ball just because of like betting it? Like, dude, you have no idea. We are complete psychopaths.
I literally scroll through message boards like half of my day.
We're literal psychopaths.
I'm a psychopath.
I look at recruiting for the Mountain West before I look at a power forward SEC school's upcoming 2027 class or something.
I literally somehow I got on BYU Twitter and I was like loving the entire thing that was happening last night. It was great.
Oh, dude, same.
I was just doing this the entire time. Like, give me more. Please.
The people that we met whenever we went to the UC game, the people that we met were part of BYU, whether they were parents or just fans in general, I have no idea. It was a ton of grown people, though. There's nobody our age whatsoever. Nicest people ever. Genuinely, like, I felt like I could talk to those people for hours. Like, they would legitimately talk your head off. They are the nicest people on the planet. And then all of a sudden you hear about Sataki, and it was like pitchforks and fire going. That's all I imagine. Just like these sweet little old people, just like go to hell. Like, okay, all right.
Here's an interesting one. Texas was plus 1,800 to make the playoff today, as of this morning. They are now plus 590.
Oh, you want to talk about those kind of bets?
I already
I'll
saw. I
gladly,
know you're not.
I'll gladly go get my phone right now.
Yeah,
I haven't talked about it on the pod.
Oh, I thought you did.
Did I? I don't know.
I thought you did, but maybe you didn't. I will say the betting odds are can be very wrong. Just saying.
Oh, 100%.
So
you have these minus 400s that are like lock. Yeah. Like, really? That's what we're saying? Not gonna lie, a lot of them might be worth like just putting some $10 to $5 on just because they could be a bankroll builder. Genuinely, I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah,
some of them. I'm gonna preface that to say that lightly. But still.
Yeah, I mean, I think the top 9 are pretty.
If you're gonna do it, it's got to be before this weekend, though. 100%.
Oh yeah, I mean, in all honesty, you should do it like right now. Which obviously this podcast is going to come out in time before the rankings, because the rankings are going to change everything.
True, that's also true. Which
yeah. Blake Baker interviewed for the head coaching job at Tulane.
So, I can't believe I missed that.
Have not seen anyone else that has been like confirmed as an interview there.
You people want to know how invested I am into this like Kiffin stuff. Like, I told my parents, like this was nuts.
Dude,
these last 48 hours.
I talked about a 50-year-old's coach dog for like 5 minutes.
That too.
We don't have to get into that. Crazy though. We don't know about that.
If we have time. He's checking the clock.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not. It'll make me sad.
That's going to be the headline of the
He let his dog get run over. Ridiculous. He's such a child.
What a douche.
He's such a child with such an elite brain for college offensive football. Dude, you know how funny it's going to be when LSU loses a game next year because he's too busy body bagging a 19-year-old LSU girl and smoking or doing cocaine on the table. It's going to be so funny.
The Lainstein files are elite right now.
Oh, they're
actually
great.
That might be the title.
The Lainstein files.
Lainstein file. Or just hashtag Lainstein.
Him being in some of these DMs are so funny.
I scrolled through so many last night.
I genuinely sat on my couch for like 45 minutes and was just everything.
USA Today has an article out on Juice. That's how insane this is.
Did you see Brandon Walker's trying to adopt him?
Yeah.
He's going to turn him into a Mississippi State fan. It's going to be elite.
He said Juice will look great in maroon and white.
Hey, look, I'm not going to say it, but like using dogs as props. He's not the only person to have done it.
It's worked in the past.
Someone still does. I did want to mention, can we get over the Nick Saban, Kirk Herbstreit stuff with the whole BS they pulled on Saturday? Saying that Ole Miss has to let Lane Kiffin coach the playoff.
Oh, the dilemma? Yeah, no.
That was just Jimmy Sexton telling them to push this.
Push the narrative, yeah.
They're all represented by Jimmy Sexton.
Yeah, if you guys don't know who that is, like, you need to, like, wake the heck up or look the dude's name up and just, like, see how many names this dude has, like, branches over. Like, honestly. He is a big tree. And the amount of coaches represented by branches is like actually insane. He has hands on everything. Literally everything.
Yeah. Literally the entire entire college football coaching world is insane.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
how many guys can Penn State get a extension? Because we're up there, and there's a couple more that could go.
If Brent Key won against Georgia and Pitt, or just Pitt in general, and made it to the ACC title game, he probably would have got one.
Didn't he get an extension last year?
It was really recent, I think. Actually, now that I just say that,
I thought he got one last year after they almost beat Georgia.
2024 December, 5-year extension.
Yeah, literally right after almost they beat Georgia. It was December 6th. That's crazy. It was literally the week after. That's
$21 million potential plan B. Oh, get out of here. That's so funny. 4 days ago, there's an article. Brent Key was a plan B option for Florida.
Brent Key was not an option for anybody.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think my coaching prediction is somewhat okay. Outside of Kiffin and Summerall news, I was wrong there. I think I was wrong there because I said he was going to stay, and then that was obviously before. I said Summerall would go to LSU. I was technically wrong there. I think everything else, not everything else. I've only been right so far on Franklin. Everybody else has been no. Unless if Heartline actually does go to Penn State, then technically, yeah.
I mean, 37th. It had to be like the 37th best guy that they had on their board.
Yeah.
I mean, you had everyone say no. Like, that's genuinely impressive.
It's impressive, yeah.
Like, it's really impressive.
So, yeah. I mean, that's all I've got. If you're done, unless you want to wait until the poll comes out, we can pause it and then resume.
An hour and 20 minutes?
We can pause it. I mean, I can hop on some games for a minute. I don't know.
Maybe.
We can hop back on here.
Potentially.
I don't even know how I would do that if I were to even do that. So
I don't know if that's a possibility with what we use. Unfortunately.
We're broke.
What? How dare you say that? No, JP Estrella's out. Guy can never stay healthy.
So, well, yeah. I mean, if that's all you have, we can go ahead and end there, I guess. But
I believe that's all I have.
Okay.
I don't think I have anything else. I mean, we went through every hire.
Yeah.
We will do not predictions, but previews for these conference championship games. Then we get into bowl season and Army Navy. I already fired on Army Navy.
The line's up. What'd you do?
Yeah, I can't tell you.
I'll just go for myself. Hold on. Actually, before you say that, let me guess. It is not the under.
Good call. Do you have the lineup?
Yes.
Ah. Well, then it should be pretty obvious.
Holy crap. Navy?
Good call.
It has to be, right? You're not.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, Navy.
That's pretty short.
I know. As those games normally are, but I think I have it at like 6.
Where'd you get it at? Did you get it at
4.5.
at 4? Okay.
Yeah. In Blake Horvath, we trust.
There you go. Look at the look-ahead spot for
You're welcome.
2 weeks in advance.
I'm talking about Army Navy before I even talk about any conference championship.
The preview for that week is going to still be probably about an hour, but we're going to talk about it.
Army Navy? Oh, God. There's no way. I mean, there's a way, but there's no way.
Yeah. Look ahead to that. But that'll do it for the day.
We've talked way too long.
Not enough. Nah, it's all right. Everybody loves the coaching carousel conversation. I don't even care if you guys do or not. I'm going to do it regardless. So, I just use this as an excuse not to talk about it with my girlfriend or family. So, we should get to talk about it somehow, right? Cool. Appreciate you guys for sticking around, hanging out, and listening. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, follow, rate, subscribe, we review, share with your friends, share with your parents, share with your mom, mom's friend, mom's sister, dad's frat house from the 70s. I don't know. And under that, that'll do it. We'll see you for the preview in about a couple of days. Wednesday/Thursday this week, depending on our scheduling and availability for all of us three. And that's the cue. So we'll see you guys in a couple of days and enjoy your night. Peace.